Alright, this is my second C++ exercise. Basically, we're just going through like just a little bit of math. Obviously, I'm not in Dev, I'm in Paint. I wrote out this problem from the book, and basically all you're supposed to do is the assignment statement is F, and the input variables that you're going to take from the user are K, A, T1, T2, and B, and you have to write it so that it's able to do that in the right order so you actually get the right answer. Just getting a number doesn't mean it's right, so you should probably check out the calculator and make sure it's working correctly. So if you think you can do it, go ahead and pause it, and then I'm going to walk through the if you want to watch it, I'm going to walk through the evaluation order of the math in C++ and the parentheses rules. So, and then I'll show you how to do it. So I wrote down the parentheses rules, or I mean the evaluation order. First, the first thing that's evaluated is a unary plus and minus. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like it takes one operand versus a binary. Binary takes two. The difference is like unary could be like plus G or minus G. So if you had like this, if you had minus G, say G equals 15, right? Okay, well if it was minus G, it would equal negative 15. That actually negates the value. In the same sense, if G is negative 15, and then you're going to put a minus in front of it or whatever, it would become positive. It becomes the opposite value. It's kind of interesting. But unary is the first thing that's evaluated, and it takes one operand, so like one variable, versus binary that takes two. Like, well, we'll get to that. The next thing that's evaluated is multiply, division, and the modulus. And the last is the binary plus and minus, which is like 5 plus 3 or 2 minus 1. So it takes two operands versus the unary, which takes one. Okay, so back to the problem. Since we know that, we're going to... I'll read off the parentheses rule. I'm just going to read it. I'm not going to type it. The parentheses rule says that all expressions in parentheses must be evaluated separately. Nested parenthesized expressions must be evaluated from the inside out, with the innermost expression evaluated first. So that should make sense. It's not very hard. Now we're going to actually go to the program. Here's the problem again, if you want to see it. Let's see, K, A, T1, T2, B, and F. Okay. So basically, we're going to start this off just like a normal program. I'm going to do include the input-output stream, right? The using namespace standard. I'm not going to go over this stuff. I barely went over it in the first one because I'm assuming you know how to program a little bit. But if I cover it in one tutorial or whatever, one exercise, I probably am not going to do it in a separate one. So I'm just going to declare the variables now. I'm going to declare them a float because it's very possible that the user could be entering in a decimal number. So I'm going to do float, and then it was declare the variables. F was the assignment statement, and then K, A, T1, T2, and that was over B, right? Let me check, make sure I'm right. K, T1, T2, B, F. Okay. So now what we're going to do is basically, since F is the assignment statement, we're going to take everything in. We're going to ask the user to input everything. So you can see where it's just going to be like a lot of typing. It's not that hard though. The only part of this program that might be somewhat challenging to you is the finding F, which is the assignment statement. But everything else, you're just asking the user for input. So I could just be like, enter the value for K, right? And then just input K, and then do my end lines, enter the value for A, and then inputting A and doing my line returns. It's just going to be like this for all the variables. You could skip ahead if you want. Enter the value for T1, and then just inputting Okay. I know you can't really see the variables that well, but enter the value for T2, and then the last one, let me move it down a little bit. Enter the value for B, and that's what you're dividing by, remember. It was F is equal to B. F is equal to KA times T1 minus T2 over B. What am I doing? Okay, let me just change something real quick. I'm gonna like make this bigger so I can see it better. Do that a couple times so I have more space. Okay. Now we're finding F, so we have to find out what F equals. Well, we're gonna look at, we can go back and look at this. Okay, F equals K times A, and then in parentheses T1 minus T2 over B. And the parentheses rule says that this has to be evaluated by itself. It's not going to be multiplied, like distributed or something, and then evaluated. Everything in parentheses is evaluated from the innermost to the outermost. So if it was like another parenthesis here and another one here, this would be evaluated first because it's the innermost. So if that makes sense. Okay, so now we're gonna do it. We're gonna write the assignment statement for F. So F equals, and you can do double brackets like I was saying. Let me think about this. How am I going to do this? K times A times, yeah, I'm going to double bracket it. I was just thinking about it. I had to write it out. You could do T1 minus T2, right? And so that's going to be evaluated, and then after that, these are going to be evaluated. K times A times, so yeah, and then divided by B. Whoops. I think actually I'm going to put these ones. Wow, it's doing that. Okay, I'm just going to type it again because it's like, okay. K, let me do it. K times A times T1 minus T2, right? And that's saying that they're all going to be evaluated before it's divided by B. So basically this is going to be evaluated and this is going to be evaluated. Those are going to be multiplied because those are in parentheses. The little like subsections are in parentheses. So this is going to be evaluated, K times A and T1 minus T2, and then those are going to be multiplied, right? And then it's going to be divided by B, and that's going to give us F. And then you could be like, the value for F is, you can do it however you want, it doesn't really matter, F, and then just the end lines, the system pause, so it's going to prompt me to press enter instead of the sleep where it just closes after a certain period of time. Now I'm just going to run it. Hopefully I didn't mess up. Okay, enter the value for K. I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to do it with sort of small numbers so I can do it. I'll do 2.5 just so you know that works. Okay, and then times A, so that's 5, and then multiplied by like 10 minus 5. Okay, it's 20 divided by 4 is 5. 6.25. Okay, I'm wrong, I guess, hopefully, because otherwise I wrote the program wrong. It's one of the two. 5, and then it's T1 minus T2, so that should be 5. Wow, I'm dumb. It's 25. Okay, divided by 4. Never mind, that's right. I'm just bad. Okay, well, it worked. And then you press enter and it closes. And that's it.